Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing more detailed breakdown of The Walking Dead's SDCC trailer for its final half season for The Walking Dead Season 11, Part 3. Alright dudes, and I'll put the link in the description to The Walking Dead final part trailer. The last episodes Walking Dead's going to be premiering October 2nd, 2022 this year. We're going to get to see the final 8 episodes, but as we found out from Comic-Con, lots of awesome information there, going to be 3 different spin-offs of Walking Dead. So even though the original run series is wrapping up now, this will be its final part. There's going to be more Walking Dead to come in the future, right? Like lots more Walking Dead, and you know, down the road they could do different spin-off series. They have different options for what they can do with it. But yes, this is the final wrap-up, the final run for the final season of The Walking Dead. It's been an incredible ride, premiering in 2010 and finishing, you know, here at the end of 2022. So wanted to go ahead and do this little bit of a more detailed breakdown video with you guys now that we have had time. Did do a review for this trailer when it first hit, but then there was also the Tales trailer, and then we got all the news about the Rick spin-off series, the Rick and Michonne spin-off series, which we're all extremely excited for, and the unexpected news that it'll actually be premiering next, the end of next year, or 2023, which is really unexpected, I think, for all of us. A lot of us were, before they had announced that, a lot of us were thinking like we may not see Rick back, for another few years if they were going to do the movie, or maybe some of us, including myself, were thinking that, well, maybe they're just going to scrap it all together and we're not going to see anything. It's just going to be, totally canceled or something. But luckily that's not the case. Very excited to see the Michonne, or Rick and Michonne spin-off series for Walking Dead. So because all that other stuff was, coming out, we were getting all the information, I almost forgot about this trailer, but we got to come back to it because it is, this is it, guys. This is the end of The Walking Dead. They're wrapping things up, and oh man, I'm sad, but I'm happy because we're getting something new as well. They're going to switch it up, and it's the end of an era, but we're going to get to see some really cool new stuff. So the trailer opens up. We get a few cool scenes at the beginning, and then we kind of get like a series recap for about the first 45 seconds of it or so. You can see the Don't Open, Dead Inside. Goes back to like Rick. We get some, look at some of the older characters that are no longer in the series. Shane and Dale and Herschel and Carl. Wow, it's crazy to think Carl's not Walking Dead anymore, right? You see certain ones like, oh yeah, that's right. Then we have Rick kind of on the bridge and everything, and kind of Aaron and Gabriel and Daryl, and just a lot of different looks. And then it kind of brings us up to speed of where we're at right now. We got Daryl and Maggie. 11 seasons have all led to this. And we have Lance, who looks like he's being held captive in somewhat of a, not a padded room, but it's kind of like a dark, dingy, room of some kind. So we see that, and, I have a lot to say. So he's and there's also the line from Daryl, do you want to die quick or slow? Or you want to die slow, or you want to die quick? You want to die quick, or you want to die screaming? So we see Lance. It almost feels like, based on what they say, and kind of them kind of going after somebody in the sewer. It looks like the underground section that we've seen, and they've really used that a lot this season, season 11, as a really cool new environment for the Commonwealth. They have kind of that under pass type of area that they're going through, a subway type of environment that they have, and I think it looks really great. It's been really cool to see, and a cool way for them to kind of travel around and kind of get through. So, and in and back to the Commonwealth and some of the other spots they're at, the Reapers and whatnot, they've used it for. So it seems like Maggie and some of the others are maybe going after somebody. Maybe Lance escapes. So I'm thinking for the season, like maybe they have Lance, they get whatever information they want out of him, and somehow he manages to escape, and then Maggie and the others have to kind of go after him, and they want to get to him before he tells the Commonwealth before he tells anyone there what's going on, because this is kind of a covert deal right now. Not everybody at the Commonwealth knows who's with them and who's against them, and at the same time Lance hasn't necessarily told everybody else what's happening and who's against who. So there's only a few people, like with the military maybe and such. You have Mercer in there too, and so where are people's loyalty going to reside in the Commonwealth, between the Commonwealth itself and kind of the survivors that have kind of merged with it, right? And then you have some of the young, the kids and stuff involved. You have like Coco, you have Rosita, you have some of the others here too, Judith and the others, and will they be put in harm's way? If this turns into a full all-out war, or just how is this going to work? Negan in there, with this whole in the mix with everything that's happening. We got the cool scene of Daryl kind of speeding down on the bike, which is really awesome. Some of the others just kind of in and around, kind of a resistance group here to the Commonwealth. We have Lance finding kind of a bloody, coin. What it is, he's like Two-Face for The Walking Dead, sort of, in a lot of ways. You have a lot of Commonwealth soldiers kind of moving around, and it does look like this is going to be pretty epic in terms of scale. We can see from some of the scenes here that it really feels like you're going to get to see maybe as many zombies as ever, or like the most amount of zombies we've probably seen since like season 6 or something. I mean, there are quite a few instances, and even since then there's a lot of instances too where there's like tons of zombies in certain scenes, like with the war and stuff like that. With the Whisper War, there's tons there, but it really feels like with this one, we're going to be getting to see in these last 8 episodes some really epic zombie scenes with tons of zombies around. There's the part with Rosita on the ladder where it looks like she might fall down or something. Some people thinking she'll be killed off before the end of the series. And just a lot of really cool, exciting action sequences in and around, and kind of like maybe a political thriller for Walking Dead, which is a little bit new. You have the Miltons, you have Lance Hornsby, you have Daryl and the others, you have Mercer, and kind of who will the people listen to, who will the people go with. Sebastian, who's a little bastard, and so Pamela Milton's kid, her son, so how's he going to be involved with everything? And it's kind of a new territory for Walking Dead. We haven't really seen something like this before necessarily, in that it maybe is more like kind of like a Civil War type situation, something like this, and how it all will play out, how it's all going to unfold. We get the scene with Carol and Daryl. This isn't going to be easy, and then when is it ever? Lance, you go after the Miltons, they'll crush you. Negan, none of us are safe as long as she's still breathing. And I think he's talking about Pamela Milton, but maybe not. He just says she, so it could be anybody. And then what of Negan saying, do you know who I am? And I'm not sure if he's talking to Sebastian or somebody else, like maybe they've captured Sebastian or something like this. Not exactly sure. We're going to have to see how the whole thing plays out. But definitely we can see that Daryl has captured Lance as part here. And it does look like to me, is this Sebastian here? And Negan's maybe beating him up, something like that. Sometimes, I got to be careful though, because sometimes they can do a really good job of cutting up the trailers and putting them in a certain way that makes you think that it's like two people can look like they're in the same scene, but they may not necessarily be. So at least for now, that's what it looks like to me. Is it looks like Negan's captured or is beating up on Sebastian. But we'll see how that plays through. Should be exciting either way if he is. And wow, just a ton of zombies and everything. Really cool all around, just for the look of it and everything. And again, I really like the way they're using kind of the sewers and kind of the underground part here. There's the one with Daryl, and he's got the python. Now, somebody did correct me that Judith had this. They showed scenes with her having this after Rick had left. So it may make Daryl think about Rick, but they have said for this final part season for Walking Dead that this is going to be more about finishing the original story itself. The original story from the comics, the original run story for the survivors that are still in it. So Daryl, Rosita, Gabriel, Aaron, everybody who's in it right now. it's not necessarily going to be about setting up spin-offs. So I just want to kind of put that out there for you guys. There's an article about this that it's going to be about wrapping up what The Walking Dead has been, and not necessarily a commercial for the additional series that are going to come out. Those are going to come out later, but this should be a fitting ending to this series, and so it should give us a good concentrated ending, and not one that's like just a cliffhanger into the others or something like that. Although I wouldn't be surprised if there's at least a little bit of that too. There's the part with Ezekiel and the others, and he's like telling everybody to fall back. Could be the amount of walkers or something. This person jumping over some walkers here. I can't tell. I'm not sure who it is. Not sure if it's Rosita or somebody else. Maybe. I guess we'll see, or I don't know. So we finish the fight, and we see just lots of different scenes. There's one here with Judith lying down and then Daryl lying down, but they don't look very good. But I don't want to jump to conclusions here and think that he's been like he's not. Well, obviously there's the Daryl spinoff series, so we know that he's not going to be killed off. As far as we know anyway, unless they swerve us, which I guess it is possible that they could swerve us, but I quite doubt it. I really do doubt it. I don't think we're going to see anything like that. And I think that's most of what I want to say of the scenes. There's the Aaron one where he mentions smart walkers, which are really cool. Maybe we could go into that a little bit tonight if we do a live stream, so we'll see. So check back tonight at around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You convert that for your time zone, and we'll do like a Walking Dead stream, probably 9 or 10, something like that, around there. So smart walkers, pretty cool. You can see some like climbing over the wall here. I'm not sure if that's Hilltop or where that is exactly. Not sure, but it's really cool. You can see like some walkers climbing, and him having heard stories about walkers who could climb and pick things up. So it kind of fits back in to the first season, and kind of the first season in particular, where walkers seem to be a little bit smarter. They would sometimes climb ladders, or try to, or they would pick up rocks and smash windows and things like that, like in the very first season of the show. So the trailer's great. October 2nd, maybe a week early, last week of September, maybe if it airs a week early on AMC Premiere, which usually they have been, so I think that's probably going to be what they're doing. So end of September, early October, we're going to see these final episodes. Really awesome stuff. Love the trailer. Excited to see how it all plays out. And also excited to see who's standing at the end, who are the last people standing from the series, and which ones could potentially be used for different spin-off series. But man, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be sad to see it play through to the end, but at the same time, it's a huge commitment for AMC and everybody involved to have to do 16 episodes a year every year. That's a lot to produce. So I do understand why they decided to wrap up the original series, end it, and then launch these additional spin-off series that are jumping on points for anybody to kind of check out, and kind of reset that season count and splinter things off into different mini shows instead of one big one, different mini shows with less episode counts and more concentrated around certain locations and stories, rather than something so ambitious every year. After 13 years or so, that's a lot to keep up with. That's it for this video, guys. We'll see you again soon for another. Hope you liked it. Leave your predictions below. Anything you catch in the trailer you want to break down, leave it below, and I'll see you again soon. Maybe tonight for live stream. It's Trev saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.